In 1890, a man boarded a train in France. He was never seen again. More than 130 years later, no one knows what happened to him. Imagine it is the autumn of 1890. A steam train is cutting through the thick fog of the French countryside. Seated in a first-class compartment is a man who holds his leather briefcase tightly in his arms. He is calm and focused because he knows that in just a few days he will travel to London and then to America to introduce an invention to the world that could have changed the course of entertainment and human communication. His name was Louis Aimé Augustin Leprince, a forgotten pioneer who developed one of the world's earliest motion picture systems, years before cinema became a global phenomenon. But when the train reached its destination, something impossible seemed to have happened. Leprince was missing. No one knew when or how he had disappeared. No body was discovered, no signs of a struggle existed, and no clear explanation was ever found for how he disappeared during the journey. Today, we are going to dive deep into one of the most mysterious files in history, a story about a man who, on the verge of creating a massive revolution, became part of one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. To understand this tragedy, we must step back in time. Louis Aimé Augustin Leprince was born in France in 1831. He was a brilliant inventor who studied chemistry and physics and became fascinated by photography. After immigrating to England and America, he settled in Leeds and, with the financial support of the Whitley family, worked on his grand dream. Most inventors sought better still photos, but Leprince wanted to move time. In 1888, he built a bizarre 16-lens camera and captured the Roundhay Garden scene, one of the oldest motion pictures in history. He was ready to go to America and patent his invention, unaware of the fierce competition waiting for him. September 1890 arrived. Leprince left his workshop in England to visit his family in France and then head to New York. On September 16th, he met his brother in Dijon, and everything seemed normal. He had prepared his belongings and documents for the trip and set off by train. The train departed and was scheduled to reach its destination without major stops. But when it arrived and his brother waited for him, something impossible seemed to have happened. Inside the compartment, there was no sign of Leprince. The man who carried the future of cinema had vanished. His luggage and valuable documents were untouched in the train, but he himself seemed to have evaporated into thin air. French police and Scotland Yard stepped in, but the case was filled with ambiguities. No one along the route saw him jump out of the window. No body was found along the tracks, and his luggage and priceless documents remained untouched. If robbery was the motive, why were the suitcases left alone? And if he fell, why was no body found along the route? Despite extensive efforts, no conclusive clues were discovered, and the case was filed as a mysterious disappearance. But before we explore the theories, let's look at what investigators actually knew. When facts disappear, theories begin to fill the gaps. Some theories have connected his disappearance to the fierce competition surrounding early cinema. Thomas Edison later became one of the most influential figures in early cinema. But there is no evidence proving his involvement. The second theory suggests a voluntary escape due to personal financial problems, which seems unlikely given he left his priceless blueprints behind. The third theory points to intense commercial and legal competition among inventors and companies in the late 19th century. The fate of the Leprince family was equally bitter. Years later, Richard, Louis' eldest son, who dedicated his life to proving his father's rightful place in technology history, later died in a mysterious incident that added more speculation to the family's story. Today, many historians recognize Louis Leprince as one of the earliest pioneers of cinema. Perhaps the greatest tragedy of Leprince was not that he disappeared, but that the man who tried to preserve moments forever became one of history's most forgotten stories himself. His invention survived. His mystery survived. But the man who tried to capture time was lost forever in the fog of history.